Life after Paul Cook started at the Valley for Ipswich with John McGreal in charge, but he came up against another interim manager who's doing rather well. Johnny Jackson says positive discussions are taking place about his role becoming permanent. It's easy to see why. Jayden Stockley gave his side the lead midway through the first half. That was his fourth goal in 3 matches since returning to action after suspension. Ipswich didn't manage a single shot on target, and Charlton wrapped up the win 2 minutes from time. Alex Gilbey with his first of the season. The swell of support for Jackson getting this role on a permanent basis looks to include the crowd and the players.
Ipswich sacked the manager Paul Cook at the weekend. A few names have been linked there, but there weren't great signs of any kind of revival at Charlton last night.
No, I think any hopes from Ipswich fans that the problem was going to be solved, sadly that wasn't the case. It was probably their worst performance of the season last night at Charlton. Got to give Charlton credit, of course. Johnny Jackson doing a great job, still waiting for that appointment on a full-time basis. But for Ipswich, the fans were livid, and rightly so. Players like Sam Morsey, guys who should be Scott Fraser, who should be very good League One players, who we know are very good League One players, just not performing to that correct level. Walton, their keeper, was clearly their man of the match. And a lot of names being linked. Today we've seen Frank Lampard and John Terry being linked, amongst others. It looks like the search is far and wide. Who they're looking to appoint, we're not necessarily sure. We don't know how close they are to an appointment. But there's no doubt at all that squad is way too good to be putting in that level of performance.
The foot of the table, and they're up to 23rd now after their 3rd win of the season, and Doncaster dropping to the bottom. Fleetwood now within a point of safety after their victory, and it remains incredibly tight with 3 points separating 21st to 18th. Well, the top 3 all won, and they remain level on 41 points apiece. Sunderland climb above Stephen Schumacher's Plymouth Argyle and into 4th. Oxford United replace MK Dons in the playoff places after their late victory. Well, there are 7 League One sides with average attendances of over 10,000 so far this season, and the reason I mentioned